3 SUVs on this list will outlast your mortgage payment. One of them costs less per month than your phone bill. And the third one, it's got a luxury badge that scares people away even though it's built on a Honda. I've been turning wrenches for over 20 years. I've seen 400,000 my Toyotas and 60,000 my disasters. And right now, there are 3 SUVs sitting on dealer lots that nobody's buying because everyone's too busy overpaying for the obvious choices. That last one, the luxury SUV. That's the one that got me into an argument with the sales manager last month. I'll tell you exactly what he said. Today, I'm counting down 3 SUVs that cost under $22,000, have repair bills lower than a Honda CR-V, and will still be running when your kids learn to drive. I'm saving the most surprising one for last. Number 3, Mazda CX-5. This SUV is ranked number 1 in reliability out of 26 competitors, and almost nobody shopping for a used SUV even considers it. The shop story. Last month, I had a 2019 CX-5 roll-in with 187,000 Ms. The owner was convinced something had to be wrong, said it still drove like the day he bought it. I put it on the lift, checked everything. You know what it needed. Rear brake pads. That's it. $280 out the door. I've worked on maybe 150 of these over the years. You know what? I almost never replace the engine, the transmission, the timing chain. You know what I replace constantly? Nothing. These things are boring in the best way possible. The technical, here's what Mazda figured out that Toyota and Honda charge you extra for. The Skyactiv 2.5L engine uses a timing chain, not a belt. That means you're not dropping $800 to $1,200 every 100,000 mi like you would on some competitors. The transmission is a traditional 6-speed automatic. No CVT nonsense, no dual clutch headaches, just gears that shift. The dollar damage. Average annual repair cost, $447. The class average for mid-size SUVs, $573. That's $126 a year you keep in your pocket every single year you own it. The twist. Now, here's what nobody talks about. Mazda sells about a quarter of what Toyota and Honda sell in the US. Fewer than 800 dealers nationwide. That smaller footprint means lower demand for used models, which means lower prices for you. You're getting Toyota-level reliability at $3,000 to $5,000 less than an equivalent CR-V. If you're shopping for one, target the 2019 or 2020 model year. Avoid 2016. That year had some lead headlight issues and higher complaint counts. Check the oil level on turbo models. There's a valve stem seal bulletin on the 2021s. Who should buy? Who should buy this? If you want something that starts every morning, handles better than it should, and costs less to maintain than a Camry, this is your car. Who should skip it? If you need a hybrid, maximum cargo space, or a dealer on every corner, look at the RAV4 instead. The mechanic's verdict. Bottom line, the CX-5 is what happens when an engineer says, what if we just didn't add problems? That was $447 a year. This next one, it'll save you $1,500 a year on gas alone, and dealers are practically begging people to take them. Number 2 is the Toyota Venza Hybrid. I'm about to recommend a Toyota, but not the one you're thinking. And honestly, Toyota fans aren't going to like hearing this because it means they probably overpaid for a RAV4. A customer came in last month asking me to inspect a 2021 Venza Hybrid he found for $23,000. He thought it was too good to be true. Same hybrid system as the RAV4 Hybrid. Same reliability. Same 39-meter P gallon. I checked it over 53,000 Ms. No issues. Original everything. He asked me what the catch was. I told him the truth. There is no catch. People just forgot this car exists. Remember when I said Mazda figured out what others charge extra for? Toyota did the same thing here, except they buried it under a name nobody remembers. The Venza uses Toyota's 4th-generation hybrid system. This tech has been refined since 1997. The 2.5L Atkinson cycle engine combined with electric motors gets 39-meter P gallon combined on regular gas, not premium. And that hybrid battery, it's covered for 10 years or 150,000 Ms. The dollar damage annual repair cost, $44. That's $129 below the midsize SUV average. Fuel savings at current gas prices versus a regular SUV, around $1,200 to $1,500 per year. Add those together and you're looking at $1,600 in annual savings over a typical midsize SUV. Here's the part that doesn't make sense. A 2021 Venza has depreciated about 28% in 3 years. A RAV4 hybrid from the same year, maybe 18%, same platform, same powertrain. The RAV4 commands a premium because of its name, not because it's better. If this straight talk is saving you money, hit subscribe. I've got more videos coming that dealers really don't want you to see. The actionable takeaway: target the 2021 model. It's proven, it's depreciated, and it's got the lowest complaint count. Check the windshield carefully. Toyota had a class action over cracking on these. It's a known issue, easy to inspect. Who should buy? Who should buy this? If you're keeping a car for 200,000 mies and want to spend half as much on gas, this is it. If you want Iwald standard, Toyota hybrid reliability, and near luxury interior at compact SUV prices, perfect. Who should skip it? If you need maximum cargo space or you're flipping cars every 3 years, the depreciation benefit disappears. The mechanic's verdict. Bottom line, the Venza is a RAV4 hybrid in a tuxedo, and nobody noticed it walked into the party. Before I show you number 1, the SUV that started an actual argument in my shop, I need you to understand why this last one matters more than the other two combined. Because this next SUV, it's got a badge that makes people walk away. And that badge is the reason you can get Honda reliability with leather seats for $20,000. Number 1 is the Acura RDX. This is the SUV that dealers can't move because the badge scares budget shoppers and the price scares luxury shoppers. Meanwhile, mechanics are buying these for their families. The shop story. Here's what happened with that sales manager. Customer brought in a 2020 RDX for a pre-purchase inspection. Beautiful condition. $48,000 me, listed at $21,500. I told him it was mechanically excellent. Buy it. The sales manager overheard and pulled me aside. Said I was underselling the luxury experience and should tell the customer about the premium brand benefits. I told him the customer didn't care about the badge. He cared that this thing was built on Honda's platform and would last 250,000 miles. The manager didn't like that. The third generation RDX, that's 2019 and newer, uses a 2.0L turbocharged 4-cylinder making 272 horsepower. But here's what matters. It's paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission, not the problematic ZF9 speed that plagued older Acura models. This 10-speed has been bulletproof. If you've made it this far, this is the part that changes how you shop for your next SUV. The RDX shares its platform with the Honda Pilot. It shares parts with the Odyssey and the Ridgeline. That means when something does eventually wear out, you're not paying Lexus prices for parts. You're paying Honda prices with an Acura badge. The dollar damage. Average annual repair cost $497. Now, that sounds higher than the other two until you realize the luxury compact SUV average is $859. You're saving $362 a year compared to a BMW X3 or Mercedes GLC. And the severe repair probability, 6%. The overall average is 12%. Here's the part that should make you angry. The 2020 RDX has depreciated 34% in 3 years. That's $13,000 in value that vanished. Not because of mechanical problems, but because of perception. Meanwhile, a Lexus RX from the same year held its value better despite having higher repair costs and similar reliability data. You're not paying for a better vehicle when you buy a Lexus. You're paying for resale value, which only matters if you're selling. The actionable takeaway: target 2019, 2020, or 2021 all post redesign with the good transmission. Avoid anything before 2019. That's the old platform with the ZF9 speed issues. When you test drive, pay attention to the touchpad infotainment. It has a learning curve. Some people hate it, but it has zero impact on reliability, and the complaints about it are why prices dropped. Pro tip: Honda dealers can service Acura vehicles at lower labor rates, around $120 to $150 an hour versus $180 at Acura. Same parts, same work, 30% less. Who should buy? Who should buy this? If you want leather, a premium interior, super handling, all-wheel drive, and Honda-level repair bills, this is the play. If you're keeping a car long-term and don't care what your neighbors think about the badge, this is as good as it gets under $25,000. Who should skip it? If you need maximum third-row space, if you're going to flip it in 3 years, or if that touchpad is going to drive you insane, look elsewhere. The mechanic's verdict: the RDX is a Honda Passport in a suit and tie, and it costs less than a base CR-V with similar mileage. Drop a comment if you've owned any of these three. I want to see if your experience matches what I'm seeing on the lift. So, those are three subs that have earned my respect on the lift: the Mazda CX-5, the Toyota Venza Hybrid, and the Acura RDX. Combined repair costs lower than a single transmission replacement on some of the popular choices. You now know more about used SUV value than 90% of people walking onto a dealer lot this weekend. Next time someone tells you to just get a CRV, you'll know there are better ways to spend your money. Now, if you want to see the subs that do last forever, the ones I recommend for 300,000 miles and beyond, I made a whole video on that. It's called 5 Cheap Subs That Just Don't Quit. It's right here. That's 20 years of shop experience talking, like if it helped. Subscribe for more car advice. I'll keep giving you truth dealerships won't. Drive safe, take care of your car, and it'll take care of you. Take it or leave it. I'll see you in the next.